Hey, girl, hey. Welcome back to Taste of Taylor. It is Monday, which means we are in studio with the celebrity. And that celebrity today is Jared Freid. Hey, boy, hey.
Wow, I've made it to Celebrity
You have.
Monday.
Hey,
Is the
babe.
career going well?
It's going well.
Is this the big surprise?
Either you're a legit comedian,
Yeah.
which is yes, or we're also like, we need somebody for
Someone, we needed someone who lives nearby, who could travel. Yeah, no, listen, this is your third taping of the day.
It's my third of the day. I feel like it's also your third of the day.
It's my third of the day, but it doesn't, we're a good combo for a third of the day. I think
was
we're
just
good.
saying before you came in, I could talk to a wall. You could definitely talk
Right.
to a wall. Your whole
Carry
podcast
each
is a
other.
monologue. When did you start doing that?
Daily, I do every day, and there's a little theme every day. So like I was thinking, I was like, I gotta zig while everyone else is zagging.
Right.
I was kind of like, so Mondays I answer emails.
Okay.
And I just do 2 emails from listeners and any advice anyone wants, any
How long
perspective.
are your daily ones?
20 minutes is the promise, 30 minutes is the average.
Interesting,
So I'll go 40, I've
interesting.
gone 50. It depends what I'm railing on. Tuesdays is ticked off Tuesdays. People write in with their complaints and
Oh.
I complain with them.
We're going to do it today.
I can complain with anything.
Oh, yeah,
I
you
will
can.
agree with you. That's the promise. Wednesday's Chit Chat Wednesday. I would love to have you on. I have a guest, just chit chat.
Would love.
Chit chat.
Would love.
Thursday's Pop Culture Thursday. I go to page 6 and I just click on a headline and I go. So it's just a riff sesh.
I have to ask why page 6.
I just love page
Me
6.
too.
Yeah. I love page 6 because like they're snarky. The headlines are like funny. Like
Yep.
you can tell. There's also-
They're in on the joke. They don't take themselves too seriously.
Totally.
Like, it's very tongue in cheek. They do a little poking, but they never poke and twist.
Yeah, they're just there to let you know, like, this is what's going on.
Yeah.
And they also have relationships with the PR agents, and you can tell.
Yeah.
So you can kind of sniff out, and a lot of the page 6 stories that I like looking at, who's the reason this is here?
Okay.
You know,
You'd
so
like to
you-
do like a deep dive,
Well,
investigative reporting
It's
style.
me. It's my opinion. I don't even know. I'm not going to look further than. I'm not going to be like one of those like women on TikTok in their sweats and they look like they smell like a old house. Who's like, you're not going to believe who's dating. You ever see? There's like this brand of TikTok reporter. It's like
Yes.
this big loser who's like
Yes.
at home. They're always like just a mess. And they're like, you're not gonna believe who Carl Radke is kissing at the after party. It's like, have you ever been to an after party? Like,
Radke.
whoever, it's always like a
No, it
loser reporting a loser.
Carl Radke.
There's flies coming off them. Like, come on, do your hair a little bit. You're going on camera,
Feels like a personal attack.
No, it's not you. I just see these all the time. I'm like, where is this?
My leggings and my pony.
Right, it's like, where in Des Moines are you reporting from?
I died.
And they've never done anything in their life, so like they're
Yes.
fine. They're
Yes.
never going to be canceled. They're never going to like kiss
You know
anyone.
what?
They're never going to.
No.
I just don't like that they don't have any skin in the game.
No,
Like we don't look into their lives.
No, I feel like we're gonna get to experience a time where those, like, I'm gonna call them Karens, like internet Karens.
Yeah,
Okay.
and they hide behind like the idea that they're in the know.
Do you
Like
know-
they're
you
just
know-
reading articles they saw.
They're Karen Olivia Benson.
Yes.
Okay? They're a combo. They're a poo-poo platter, if you will.
A cob,
They're a cob.
a bunch of cob salads
They're a
out
bunch
there.
of
Yeah.
cob salads.
Yeah.
Definitely at the country. God, a country club salad.
Yeah. Well, I love.
Oh, I love a country
club.
Okay,
More.
but anyway, so basically, I just feel like we are going to enter a moment in time where it's going to, like, the mirror's going to flip back on them, and we're going to get to
Right.
see Karen's canceled, and it's going to be amazing.
I do. Right. What are we going to say? Like, I don't know. Like, I hope it's all imploding on itself.
I know.
Like you kind of see TikTok is just, I get into it and I feel worse than any other app I've ever been on. Like,
Interesting.
it just feels like there's this tear down fest going on.
Yeah.
That,
at all times of everything and everyone.
right. Like there's a guy right now.
On both sides of the coin. It doesn't matter which side you're on.
Oh, it's all everything. There's
Everything.
a guy right now who, have you seen the guy? He's all over my algorithm. You'll be married and in the suburbs. He's singing this song. It's like folk songy. And the big Gen Z thing is they love performing just like out in fields. Like they just like random performances and people videotaping. And this guy does a performance and it was kind of like cheesy and whatever. And to me, it was a version of song, but like everyone's just like, just crushing him.
And you're
it's
like, manage your expectations. The man is in a field.
Right. He's in the street and people are taping him and he's on his tippy toes and whatever. It's like, the music is the music. Like he's doing like a version of music. You'll be married in the summer, 3 kids on the way. It's like he's trying to do Springsteen a little bit. It's like, I don't know what he's trying to do. Listen, to me, it's like, he's a musician.
You're inspired.
He's just trying to put his name out there. Like the music, don't like the music, but they make it so personal.
Yeah.
Like, it's like, there's now these think pieces on think pieces about like, how like, this is how men think of women. And it's like he wrote a song. He's performed it.
Speaking of writing songs, you sing a song at the beginning. Yeah.
At the beginning of my episodes.
At the beginning of your episodes. So
the only person that's ever hated it is my dad. He hates it.
Oh, what did he say to you?
Because I just riff a song to like start each episode. Well, and then then Friday I do the Friday episode. I do 5 days a week.
Yes.
Friday episode is Coffee with J Train, that's when you got to pay. It's my personal diary. I tell my stories from the week, and
let's go.
It's all storytelling. But that's, so I go 5
High five to daily podcasts.
I love it. Sorry, I don't want to mess up the mics.
We are not the faint of heart. We're the real workers of the industry. Wait, can we do a song together?
Let's do a song.
Okay, sing a song for this podcast.
You'll be married in the suburbs.
I knew
Taste of Taylor in the suburbs.
I knew you were going to do that song.
I can't get it out of my head. Those TikToks, they'll get you.
No, I want more. Come on.
I don't know. I need like a tune that I would sing to, but I for some reason, I just it's actually the most
tune.
Yeah, every show is a different tune. It's actually the most embarrassing thing in the world. This is like why I'm moving. I'm in the studio apartment. I'm just singing. My neighbors, we have paper thin walls. They're probably like, this guy just keeps repeating. Like I go, it's a ticked off Tuesday. Da-na-na-na, da-na-na-na-na.
No.
It's a taste of, like if someone like was talented and put a beat behind it. It's a taste of Taylor. Da-da-da, da-da-da-da. Like, and then I'm going, damn it, and I'm redoing it. Like, there's a neighbor who's lived next door to me who thinks, yeah, that guy's a loser.
Yeah, same. You just have to make sure that you also think your neighbors are losers, and then you feel fine about it.
Just a bunch of fucking losers.
We really are just floating around on this rock.
Right.
Wait, speaking of rocks and floating, you're floating your rock over to Florida.
You're good. Who the fuck is Eric Stone Street anyway? He doesn't know what the fuck he's talking about. Not prepared. The transition queen over here.
Segway Strecker. That's what they call me.
Segway Strecker. I've always known you. Yeah, that was good.
Florida.
Florida.
Move to Florida. Buy the car you want. Oh my God, that's my song for you.
What's that?
Well, that is Taylor Swift. I literally.
Oh, it is?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. She had Florida was the song.
Fortnite.
I'm a fan of Taylor. I'm not a music guy where I would know every song, but
it's not really.
I'm going to Florida for the summer at a minimum.
So you're going to Delray
Beach, and
people know this. This isn't a secret.
No, you're not breaking any. This won't be on page 6. If it is on page 6, yes. This is breaking news. If they're listening,
are you an out and proud Florida man?
I think I am. My parents live in Boca.
They're
like living.
We love.
Yeah, love it. They live in a country club community. They're the
Boca,
mascots.
Is there anything else in Boca?
They have like I looked at Boca, Palm Beach, and Delray to see like where I would want to like set up shop for the summer.
I got to be honest. I'm pretty Florida savvy, but I have a blind spot with Delray.
Delray, what I've been saying, and I'm saying this as an outsider, I've never lived there. I've been visiting. I'm not an expert. I'm not going to be like, no, tell you what it is. I'm just saying Jared Freid's opinion, if it matters, if anything.
It matters.
It's like a beachy town. It's a little bit kitschy. It's a little bit, it's a little bit touristy.
Okay.
It reminded me of the West Coast, Manhattan Beach.
Okay.
Like Manhattan Beach is like this like beach town that.
Oh, you mean LA?
LA, Manhattan Beach. Like I've had friends that moved to Manhattan Beach, and I kind of got the same vibe of like, there's the one street where people hang out.
Delray in LA?
I don't know.
It's giving the same.
There's a Delray Beach in Hawaii that I'd never heard of.
Everywhere.
I mean, they're everywhere. So Boca the city proper kind of looked like a 90s mall to me. West Palm was like high rises and a little too, it was a little too we're doing a New York here
Yes.
for me.
Like I'm leaving New York for a reason.
Right. I'm leaving New York to see if I could live. And then I just love Delray. The beach is right there. It's kitschy. It's got
some character.
It's got a little character. It's
like
a
a
little
town.
more. It's also a little more Florida.
Does it feel like a Hallmark movie could be set there?
I could see it.
Okay, nice.
I could see it. It's 25 minutes from my parents.
I think that's good too.
Which
I don't
is
think it's
good.
good to live too close to
I've
your
never
parents.
lived close to my parents. I've never
think that's a good
since
decision.
18, since high school. So I don't know what that's going to be. I think I'm more going to be bothering them than they would be bothering.
Really?
Yeah, I would more show up to their place than
And they're like, Jared, get out of here.
Get out of here. What are we doing? What do you know?
We raised you better than this.
When I
Go
go to my
live on your own flybird fly.
Right. When I go to my parents, they're like, okay, we're going to golf. I got a doctor's appointment. We'll see you at 5. Like they don't really
My favorite kind of
hover
parents.
over me. Yeah.
I love it.
They ask immediately when I get to Boca, when am I leaving?
Hello?
That's always the question. When are you leaving? It's immediate. When are you leaving?
I love that. Boundary king and queen.
Yeah, they're pretty. I don't know. I don't know if I have boundaries. I've introduced women to my parents, and they're like, "What is going on here is horrific. I don't know how you're doing this." Like, and I'm like, I'm just so used to it. Right. I'm not gonna say. I just don't like this idea of saying that my parents are annoying. They're fine. I deal with it. We're friends, I think.
Yeah.
I enjoy their company. I enjoy their craziness.
So you're like, they're my best friends, and they're like, well, we're friends.
We're friendly. I'm not saying they're my best friend. I'm saying at 40 you're single. When you're 40 and single, you kind of have the list of people to call on a daily basis is shrinking.
Okay.
So I talk to them probably too much.
Every day?
Pretty much every day. And
together?
Separately. Sometimes they'll be on the phone together.
Two.
It's 2, twice a day. It's just filling up the day.
Right.
And then I'm like, why do I call them? I get off the phone. I'm like, why would I do that?
Wait, why do you? But what do you call about? Hey, I got good news, or hey, something crazy happened, or
no, what's happening?
What's happening?
What's going on?
Just
tell me about the day.
Interesting.
What are you doing? And then when are you coming here? That's always the question
that they give you. And then when you get there, when are you leaving?
When are you leaving? It's always, when are you coming here? When are you leaving? And I'm going to see what this is. I'm basically testing it out to see if I can work from Florida and keep the things I have growing
here
and everywhere. I go on the road so much, and I do the podcast here, so I'll come back when I have to come back.
Right, but you can bang out a whole week's worth of podcast in one day.
Yeah, I'm just looking to see what it's going to be. I kind of wanted a living room and a car. I'm 40 with no living room and no car, so I'm I kind of want to see what that life is like.
I feel it. I was just telling Jared. Tay and I just bought a new car.
Yeah, good for you.
Thank you. And I'm fucking furious at her, at the dealer, at everybody that encouraged this.
Yeah.
We had a 2-door Jeep Sahara.
I love that. So that's my dream.
Soft top
Jeep Wrangler.
I fucking sold
you could have sold it to me. I would have taken it.
How much would you paid for it?
$10. I don't even know how much a car is. I have no relation.
So we traded it into the dealership for $8K, which we were told was a lot of money.
I would have paid $8K for a car.
Did you pay 10?
No. Now that I know it was $8K. That's kind of what I'm looking for. And I posted, I was on my podcast, I was like, I'm going to get a Wrangler and a Moke.
That's what you told everybody. Why would you tell people this?
I just was like, this is my dream. I don't know. Maybe I'll change my dream. I can change it.
I can support, especially in Florida. See, I didn't love the Jeep because it's a soft top and we're in fucking, it's cold.
So that's what I was wondering.
And it sucks in the winter. But in the summer months, whoa,
you had the top down.
It's fucking sexy.
It's cool.
Oh my God. Remember when we were in the Hamptons last summer?
Yeah.
At Hannah's and Dez's. And Tay and I drove the whole way from Jersey City out to the Hamptons with our top down.
Top down.
Sexy. And when we got there,
Tits
y'all
out.
were like,
just 2 lesbians.
Car is that? Tits out.
Tits out Taylors.
Tits out Taylors.
Top down, tits out Taylors. That should have been the podcast episode.
Well, it can be still.
I think you guys should do it this year.
I think we should. Oh, well,
Set
the call is
Taylor's record,
gone.
call page 6. Top down, tits out Taylor. Thelma and Louise.
Thank you. I support the Jeep Wrangler. I love a Moke.
I think that's what I want. A Moke. If you don't know and you're listening, Just look up Moke. It's so stupid.
It's the dumbest car ever. So
Yeah.
I might or might not go to St. Bart's regularly.
Excuse me. Cars, St.
Mokes
Bart's.
equal St. Bart's.
So it's like an island car. If you look it up, you can like make them your own by like getting them different colors and different like, you know, all the things. And
There's two to rent on the island. There's a Mini Cooper and then there's the Moke. We got a Mini Cooper and Claudia and Ben, Soffer. Ben Soffer Celebrity, Claudia Osprey. They came down and we did this big trip together and they got a Moke to be cool. And Ben got rid of that fucking Moke
He didn't like it.
3.5 seconds.
Why
He was
didn't he like
it feels dangerous. There's no doors.
So there's a lot of street legal golf carts. So I've been wanting a street legal golf cart.
I think those are cool.
So I go up to this guy. Like I've been visiting, looking around, you know, seeing where I wanted to live. And I go to this coffee shop that's near the new place that I got.
Can you talk about the place that you got?
3-bedroom cottage on like 2 blocks from the beach. I'm very excited about it. My mom hated it.
Love
like I got
more.
Yeah, she was like the kitchen furnishings. I go, it's a 3-month lease. I'm like, see, just seeing. I go, and the conversation I had with my mom made me like, I had to like have a conversation with myself
afterwards
because I was like, she's not worth asking questions to.
Wait, explain.
You need to. I think with a mom, like I was like. Imagine someone being on your board of trustees that doesn't get the vision for the company.
I can imagine.
You know, so you go, hey, you go to the board, you're like, I got a new place. I'm going to test out what it's like to live in Florida. We're going to see if we're going to move this company down. And they're like, is the kitchen furnishings okay? And you're like, oh my God. I don't think you heard what I go. We're seeing if the area's okay. You just can't live like this. And I'm like,
what are the kitchen furnishings?
Who the fuck knows? I didn't even look at them. And I go, how much? I go, what? She goes, I just never saw this as being your place. I go, it's not. It's a 3-month.
You didn't buy it.
Wait and see. I go, this is 3 months to see if I like the area. And I go, well, what would, she goes, and then she makes it personal, which gets me really annoyed. She goes,
what'd she do?
You did other things. You could have been looking right now all day. You had to go look and you didn't look. I go, I went to a realtor. He brought 3 options to me.
Yeah.
This is the option that I felt gave me the area, gave me the living, the living experience that I'm looking for. And it was at the price. I go, my mom doesn't really understand anything about compromise or trade-offs. So, and I think
she wants it all.
Well, everything. So I go, what is the price that you would spend per month to get a place in Delray Beach? Because if price is not, if we're just saying, like, she's like, I just thought you'd have like a doorman building in a condo that looked at the water. And I go, how much do you think that is to get that for 3 months from someone who doesn't want to look for a new tenant in 3 months from now? Like I hear, I want to live in Saint-Tropez. I just want to live in Saint-Tropez on a yacht. So I go, if I could just say that my wish is my command, I would do that.
But there's real factors. There's like adult things that are in play.
And I said, and she goes, stop yelling at me. Okay. Like it's just immediate. Stop yelling at me. You know?
So I have a feeling that when she when she gives her criticisms, that's constructive. But when you dare to question or push back, now you're yelling.
Yelling at her, ganging up on her. I've had a lot going on today. How could you do this to me?
Victim.
Total victim right away. I said to her, I go,
do you ever say, but I'm mirroring the way you're speaking to me back to you?
No. It's not worth it. It's not worth. I go, okay. I go, that's fine.
That's fine.
Be like when I got a place in New York, she goes, does it have parking? I was like, no, the butler has to park somewhere. So I went, and then I go, and so I go, I kind of had this moment where I'm like, who am I even asking? Like, it's not worth asking her. It's not worth talking
She's not the target audience.
Well, if you can't say to me what you pay monthly, and now you're tearing me down. The problem is, when you're younger, if I could go back to my past self, I would go, Jared, right now your brand is lazy. Okay? We got to do whatever we can to change your branding with your mom.
Okay.
You can't be my brother's branding is that he's neat because he one time put shoe trees in his shoes. One time when he was 8 years old, he put shoe trees in his shoes. And all of a sudden, he's so neat. Oh, your brother's so anal. He's like, and it became...
What a great brand.
I would kill.
Wait, where does your lazy brand come from?
Just the way I lead my whole life. I don't even know what it started. I would love to know the moment that my mom was like, lazy's his brand, and that's what everything will be blamed on. Like, if I was like, oh, I don't know what I'm going to do for dinner. You lazy, you never think ahead. You're never thinking about dinner on Tuesday. And you go, well, you go, you're lazy.
You're the laziest boy in all the neighborhood.
Right. But the problem is, if you buy it, you can get down on yourself.
Right.
So you go.
So what do you do?
So I had this whole this apartment thing. She's like, basically, because I golfed and didn't look hard enough. I was like, I looked at literally 40 places in 3 different towns. Yeah. I think I did the due diligence.
You did the
that I was comfortable with.
Right.
Listen, I'm also an adult who can live with their mistakes and try to rectify them at any time. I'm literally putting myself through therapy. I've never been to therapy before. I'm literally my own therapist. And I said, she started saying that because I was so lazy, that's why I didn't have the place that I should have. And I'm like, and the detrimental, the angering part of that is now you have a lot of self-doubt where you go, if I had just done more. And for you and I, in a work setting, if that transfers over to your work, we would never stop working. We would work ourselves to death.
We do daily podcasts. It's the opposite of lazy.
Jared, why do you put out so much material? Well, my mom diseased my brain to think that I'm lazy. So now I have to outdo a ghost, like a person that doesn't exist. And so I always, and anytime I fail, I go, you didn't do enough. You know, it's right.
My dad taught me this. It doesn't for my mom, but for my dad, it's like, if it doesn't hurt, if you're not bleeding, if you're not barfing, if you're not crying, it's not good enough.
You just didn't do, you had the ability, you wasted the ability.
And you know what I find? Some of the most successful people in my life that I know work the littlest.
Right. That's the other, you go, well, it takes a certain amount of confidence.
Correct.
You have to go, I'm going to dig into this one thing.
Correct.
And I dig into everything.
Me too, because we got to do it all, because otherwise we're lazy.
Otherwise you're lazy and you didn't do enough. So there was a point with the apartment where I go, I hear you. I'm just going to go, you've been heard.
How do you get her to
stop? Then I go, I signed for the apartment. Mm-hmm. I go, Jared, you're 40. You got to stop asking so many people questions. Like, even at restaurants, what's the good thing?
I know.
Just shut
and then
the
they
fuck
tell me
up.
what they think. And then I'm like, I want to get what I want. And they're like, and then I'm like, I'm sorry, I was so rude.
I did want to hear it. I did want to hear it. I wanted to hear how they said it. I do think when a waiter says our top seller, that's not an opinion. Right. I don't want to know the top seller.
No.
I want someone to go.
Product on me.
Yeah. No, don't tell me what everyone gets. Go. I just love the soup here. I don't know who. Yeah. That's how a good recommendation from a waiter comes.
Absolutely.
I don't know. I know this is crazy, but I love the soup. I'm getting that soup.
I'm getting that.
So I go and sign the lease, and I'm like, I'm in. I'm not going to worry about her. I'm going to be confident in this decision. Literally an hour later, we go to dinner. All her friends are going, we heard you sign the lease. Your mom is so excited. And I'm like, why do I even talk to her? She's like, oh, it's perfect. It's in the great location. Like, so it was like, it's stupid. I don't know why I even.
You know what? It's just mom habit, right?
Right. Well, that's the thing. You are what you is. Like, I do like to think I'm empathetic, maybe to a fault. Like I'm spending time on this.
Right.
I'm wasting my time listening to how lazy I was at 11. And that's why I didn't get the right didn't look for enough apartments.
Like, I think about people, like everyone's opinion used to like make or break me. But now I'm in a place, I'm older and I'm fucking tired, but like now I'm in a place where I'm like, unless I really give a shit about you, like I could give 2 flying fucks what you think about me. But if I do care about you, or if I care enough about you that I care what you think about me, your opinion can, again, make or break me. And it's a problem, because I get mad at the person with the opinion for making me feel bad. But at the end of the day, I just need to devalue their opinion. Do you know what I mean?
Like, I have a podcast, Tik Tok Tuesday. I have a friend who actually listens to it. I'm like, what did you think of how I sounded with this thing?
Right.
He'll give me like an opinion that is like thoughtful and not hurtful, and one that I trust. You have to trust it too. Right.
Yeah.
Like,
very few people opinion I can count on.
You gotta, there's so much. Like, people are like, why would any podcaster give advice or read emails? because I don't have the backlog with someone.
Right.
Like when I talk about someone's problems or their dating stuff.
Right. It's just black and white what I've got in front of me. That's it.
It's not,
No
in high school you were lazy,
or very neat.
Right. Or you used shoe trees.
And you were 8. Speaking of TikTok Tuesdays, let's do some.
You want to do some?
I really want to do some.
Complain with any complaint.
I love to complain.
Go for it.
Actually, I had a friend one time. Fine, it was Stassi. And I remember she said to me, do you realize, because, we live cross country.
Yeah.
So like we'll fly across the country and then we'll go to her house. And she said, I love you to bits and pieces. You're my best friend. But do you realize that every time I see you, you immediately jump off the conversation with something negative or like a dramatic story?
Really?
And I was like, shit. And I was like, I don't want to be that person.
I mean, is Stassi, don't bring the room down. Like, come on, let's talk some shit. Isn't that what friends are for?
There's shit talk. And then there's just like, oh, razzle frazzle. Well,
you're just sad about something?
You know what I realized? And we realized it together. I became addicted to drama in my last relationship, in my last marriage, because it was just all consuming.
Right.
But it was also like, I hated it, but I also fucking jerked off that shit. Because it was like so entertaining. And I was always like, every time I go to a dinner, it was like, oh, what happened now? And I was like, I want to hear what this bitch did.
Well, this is kind of like, why people get addicted to being single. Right. Because single stories are kind of like, they're always fun and variables, and you can trash someone who doesn't matter to you.
Totally.
That's kind of like why it's easier to be negative about being single.
Is there nothing more satisfying than getting to shit talk and knowing intimate details about people you genuinely hate and don't care about? That is just everything that earth should be made of.
Right. That's so what makes
good. Like, I love my in-laws, It's not fun if they do something that bugs me. I don't roll around in, the shit that is what's going on, because like, I love them. They matter.
Right.
I miss hating my in-laws.
I could complain about people I love too. I just complain about my mom. Like,
That's true.
I just complain about how she's not someone I can really go to for advice. Like, that's a pretty serious thing to say about your mom.
Yeah.
And then because she'll always think of me as that I didn't do enough. Like, that was a pretty depthy complaint, but I don't say that with hate.
In a different realm, because they're your parents. Like, I can drag my mom, I can drag my dad. Like, they're mine.
Well, my brother I could complain about. My
siblings are different. We're too far apart in age. It doesn't feel fair. It feels like I'm punching a baby.
Oh yeah, they're younger.
They're a lot younger, 7 years and 11 years. They're my kids.
Well, they'll get there.
Yeah, we'll get there someday.
Complain about them one day.
We'll eventually get there. Wait, okay, so let's do TikTok Tuesday right now.
Let's do it.
All right. God, there's so many things. Like, literally have 3 full cards of it. You go.
Name one.
You go.
You have a list of things. I thought we were doing it.
Okay, hold on.
I didn't even come prepared. You have the list.
When the waitress doesn't write down what my order is.
You don't like that.
Oh, Jared, it makes me so angry.
Really?
Because I am taking the time to explain, and I always give a caveat. I always say, I'm gonna be annoying.
Right.
And they're like, no. And then I order, and they're like, that wasn't annoying. And then they bring it to me, and inevitably, at least one thing is wrong, and now I actually have to be annoying.
Right.
It's a self-fulfilling prophecy. Help me help you.
I know. I order for breakfast, my going like travel order
is
egg white omelet, mushrooms, onions, and pepper, no cheese, side of bacon or turkey bacon, extra crispy.
Loves.
No toast.
Got it.
Okay. That's the order. That's it. Salt and pepper, hot sauce. I'm good.
Okay.
The problem is that order that I just rattled off, when they do, it does bother me.
Let me see if I could do it.
Go for it.
Okay. Egg white omelet, no cheese, onions, mushrooms, and peppers, sauteed gorgeously and just stuck right in there. No cheese, turkey bacon or bacon, depending on the mood, extra crispy, no bread.
You did the order correctly, even with extra. You added extra like sauce to it with different wording.
Right.
Which I appreciate.
I made it more poetic.
Yeah. Sometimes I order that and I'll go, yeah, I'll have an egg white omelet. And they go, yep, okay. And I go, oh, whoa.
It's specific.
I got other things going on here.
Yep.
Let me get through it. And at the end,
bear with me.
We can come back to me. Let's talk it out. But I don't need this like, I'm not just getting the egg white omelet.
No. I'm getting
egg white omelet, mushrooms, onions, peppers, no cheese. extra crispy bacon. All right, just say it back. That's all. Like, let me say that. The problem I have with sometimes when you do an order is they stop you in the middle of it. And it's like, I know I'm going to be a pain in the ass with this order. I know to me.
And if you get it wrong, I'm going to really have to show who I am.
Right.
Please.
And it's just, let's just work this out now.
Yes, please.
Let's just do this.
I beg you.
Yeah.
I'm saying 9 times out of 10, when they don't write the order down, they fuck it up in some way, shape, or form. And also, like, what am I going to give you I'm not going to give you extra chip because your memory's good.
Right.
Like, just please write it down. You don't get deducted.
I'm with you. It's annoying because also it's just in your head. We could have had it a different way. We could have had it all. This could have been right. We could have had it all.
Yep.
We could have had it all.
Rolling
the taste of Taylor every day. See, there's a theme song.
Sinatra-esque.
That's all I got.
Okay.
Brooks Freid.
Complaints. People who comfortably poop in public places. Not emergency. We're all human. We've all had emergency shit in public, and it's horrible, and we're all in it together, and I'm so sorry. But people that are like, I don't think I'm going to go poop. And it's like, you have a choice in the matter, and you're going to go poo on this public airplane?
I totally agree.
Thank you.
The problem with it is that then they just leave you at the table for like 30 minutes. Well, like you went out to lunch with them and then now they're going to do half the time in the toilet on their phone.
Exactly.
Because if they're comfortable enough to go to the toilet in the middle of the meal, they're comfortable enough with sitting on that toilet and just losing themselves. And now you're sitting at the table like, I guess I'm just eating alone now.
And they're comfortable with you knowing.
Right.
While you eat that they're pooping.
If they're comfortable with you knowing, then they're comfortable with them being on the phone in that bathroom. And now you have just gone out alone. That's the problem.
People who only have ice trays in their freezers.
Hate it.
When they're having a party.
It's
grow up, get a bag of ice. What are you doing?
If you don't care about ice, I think you don't care about the happiness of anyone in your life.
I agree.
Like,
it's a consideration. It's
one of those things. To me, people generally, there's a correlation between not caring about ice and cheapness.
Okay.
Because
and I get it. Ice is like, and you don't have to have like one of those big ass ice machines. And even the little ones, they kind of fucking suck low key.
Sure.
But just go to the bodega and grab a couple 2-pound bags. That's all a sister's asking for.
Right. And then people who don't think of that, they're probably light ice people. Light ice people generally. I'm all ice. Fill the cup up. I'll come back for more. I'll pay for a second cup. I don't care.
I will pay for ice.
Well, this is the thing. People who don't like ice generally want a cup full of the liquid as opposed to the ice, instead of just admitting they are cheap. Because what they're saying is they're willing to have a drink that's fine. Subpar drink in exchange for lots of drink. That's a sickness.
So you really think that no ice people are cheap?
Yes.
Oh my God, brilliant.
People who don't like ice and talk about ice in a negative way are generally cheap people. Yes. I'd say that because they go hand in hand.
This one's my number one. People who ask to borrow lipstick and chapstick. Are you okay? Unless we are married.
Right.
Get literally out of my fucking face.
I have no relation to this world. I don't use a lot of lipstick. I don't use a lot of chapstick.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm not a chapstick guy. I would wipe it off immediately. I've just never had the chap lip problem.
You just have naturally moist lips.
I'm moist all over. And I would say that it's just a crazy thing to ask for to me.
It's really personal. It's like, hey, could you just lick me in my mouth right now?
Right. Hey, can I use that tissue after you're done?
Great analogy. What? No,
I just don't.
Hey, can I borrow that tissue before you use it?
Right. Anyone who borrows anything, I think, is a little off.
You know,
like I leave the house and I go, I said this before, I'll live in the mistakes I made.
Yeah.
I'm not going to sit here and go, I got to get back to even here with someone else's stuff.
Right.
Like, can I borrow a sweatshirt? Like, no. Honestly, get home.
Borrowers are not my people.
Not a big borrower
If you're a borrower, I don't really need to know you.
At least with money, If you borrow money,
Certainly not.
well, at least I know the number.
How much?
Right, but how much is on? We put it on the pad.
But it depends.
There's an agreement.
What are you fine with people asking to borrow? Like $10 for a sandwich, or like $10,000 to buy my car that's no longer available?
I think it's a $10,000 thing. Like, I think it's like, again, can I borrow $5 for a sandwich? To me, it's like the sweatshirt. You can't go an hour without eating and then you get home and eat your own fucking food. Okay. Like, I think that's crazy.
You'd rather somebody ask for a major loan?
Because a major loan is a vulnerable thing. Like, I need a car. It's $10,000. I'm in a hot space. I'm in like a bad spot right now financially. I will be, there's a plan, there's communication there.
Yep.
I think when it comes to like, can I borrow $10 for a sandwich? You could be giving $10 for a sandwich for the rest of your life to this person. If they're comfortable enough asking for 10.
I've been friends with that person.
Right, they're asking for 10.
She never, ever pays back.
Right, there's no payback.
We're not friends anymore.
And it's not enough for you to ask for it back because they put you in a position where you feel off.
Totally.
Yeah.
And they judge
10,000, I can go to them and go, where's the 10,000?
Like you're in the mafia.
Right.
Before I let you go.
Please.
We always talk about your dating life. A lot, I feel like.
It's a subject that I'm starting to feel stupid for having talked about for so long.
Really?
Yeah, no one wants to hear from him. I've known this for a long time. I'm one of the few like straight men.
Yes.
Who kind of like talks about their dating life and then is in a vulnerable way.
Yes.
That also like gives the true opinion of what a lot of men think.
Yes.
Because in this space, it's just not an opinion people, it can make people feel badly. Because to some people, again, I have a podcast about dating, the U Up podcast. You can go listen and hear my opinion on dating. But I do tend to believe that it's hard for a lot of people to hear me talk about it.
Yeah.
Because they're like...
So it's like killing the messenger. You're
a little bit. You're hearing the truth. And I'm not going to I'm going to tell you how I feel about a thing.
Right.
And what I'm feeling is 10%, within 10% of whatever guy you're dealing with is feeling.
Right. You can't speak for all men.
But I can say I'm not 100% different than how your man is.
Yes. You are the male mind.
I am within 10% of whatever you're dealing with if I give an answer to your question.
Okay.
So I can understand that like over the years, I'm 40 now. I've been in relationships. I've been out of relationships. You go, there's a little bit of like, men have dating is pretty easy for men generally. Like there's a lot of choices.
Yes.
There's a lot of inventory, so to speak. So when you hear a guy not ending up with someone, there's a point where you're like, okay, enough out of you. And I feel like maybe there's people feeling that I just feel like I've talked about this for long enough where I know what I want. I can't really put my finger on where it's coming from. I have an opinion on everything dating wise. And maybe I'm too, maybe I'm thinking of a ghost when it comes to who I would be with. So
you went out with this Sports Illustrated model.
Oh yeah, I did.
Wait.
It's all on my Patreon. I got to pay for that information.
So I just did a Sports Illustrated event.
Did you?
I'm going down
were you there?
Yes, I interviewed Brooks Nader.
So Brooks and I went on a date.
I fucking died.
But it was taped for her show. She has a show.
I also die. Oh my God, I die.
Yeah, they were like, Jared, you do the dating thing. Do you want to go out with a Sports Illustrated model? I was like, yeah, we'll go on.
Dead on the ground. Wait, so I'm going to Miami this weekend because Stassi's walking in the Sports Illustrated swimsuit fashion show, and Brooks is going to be there.
Well, tell her I said hi. I don't think she, it was a very nice experience. She is a star.
Isn't she to die?
She, you wonder what separate, like, I'm going to blow smoke for her because I don't, and this is all an honest opinion. It was set up to go on a date. She wants to go on a date. Right. She saw your stuff.
She thinks you're funny.
Thinks you're funny. It's going to be on this show.
Of course.
So there's I think of reality TV probably the same way as you.
Yeah.
It's like, I'm not like a producers did this type of person. I'm more like, it's professional wrestling. Correct. You still got to take the bumps. You can't just jump off the top rope.
You're still you. I'm still you don't get a script. You're not memorizing scenes. You're acting as you, maybe a heightened version of you.
Sure.
For you.
I was very curious to see how it's going to come out.
Right.
Because I don't know what I look like on a date. I was being self-deprecating. I kept saying I look like a tissue box, and I can't believe she's out with me. And she kind of went the direction. I think models they're kind of trained to don't say that about yourself. Don't say that about yourself.
So we were talking about something. I said, what's your favorite kind of bathing suit that you're wearing when you're not doing SI?
Two-piece.
Honestly,
I thought you were asking me.
questions here, people. Yeah. And she was like, nothing. And I was like,
Naked.
nudie pie.
Yeah.
And she was like, yeah. And I was like, girl, me too, on my roof in Jersey City with my inflatable hot tub. And she was like, I don't like tan lines. I'm like, same. And then I was like, but one thing I'll promise you, I would not, because she was like, we'll be in Miami together. I was like, girl, the last thing I'm ever going to be is naked next to you.
And then she probably was like, no, you look beautiful too. You can put your titties out.
But she's so sweet, but like
you could be in a Wrangler with no top. Why? From her end, it's got to be, but it's also
feel bad a little bit, you know?
Right. What's her? I guess we're putting her in a position of like, where does she go?
Yeah, where does she go? Because she's like, yeah, you shouldn't stand next to me naked.
Yeah, good thing you know that.
Like, I used to be rich when I was married to husband, and like I remember when my friends were doing poor things, and I was like, oh, I know it's hard. Right. I don't know, but I used to. And then guess what? Surprise! I got to be like a regular person again, so it's okay.
I was trying to make her laugh, and you know, so I'm wondering if it comes off as like me being like, oh, I'm a tissue box, or like it was fun.
Funny. I think so.
I don't know.
Think it's gonna be funny.
Well, I think here's the thing. She is a star. She is bright and fun and laughing, and like you're like, what separates a model from a supermodel?
Right.
Her presence does. Like she was definitely to the point where in the middle of the date, I'm going, am I nailing this? Like, am I going to be dating a supermodel? You know, like I had a moment. And then we get to the end and we gave each other a hug and exchanged numbers. I told her, I was like, if you want to come to a show, bring your sisters. But I don't think, I know it was, I just like, it was a very nice date. We had espresso martinis at Dante, like
Did
the
you
most.
Smooch?
No smooching, just the introduction.
I don't want to break your heart, but she did just say recently in an interview that she's interested in maybe, you know, going the Taylor Strecker route.
Oh, really?
Dating girls. Yes.
I got, yes. That's in vogue right now.
And she said the Taylor Strecker route.
That's hilarious.
No,
really? Oh my God.
But that's what Paige said.
That would be hilarious. She was very cool. I went, it was hilarious. Because then I got pictures from like my sister-in-law's, like my friends are sending me pictures. Are you at Dante on a TV show?
I die.
Like, yeah.
I'm so happy.
Yeah, I was in Dumois and stuff. It was very interesting. And then, I mean, she is a supermodel.
Supermodel. She is like, she's been on SI cover in 2023. I know, I did all this research on her. She started in 2019 and she hasn't 7 consecutive years she's done SI. Like,
oh, really?
Crazy.
I didn't even know that. Yeah, when I asked her about her dating life and she was going through a divorce and she dated her Dancing with the Stars, all that stuff. So like, I don't know. I was more trying to be a fun and respectful date. Yeah. As I would be with anybody.
I die.
And it was fun. She was very fun. She's can tell. She's
really cool.
Yeah. You can tell.
Jared, I could talk to you for the rest of my life for a million years, but
such a pleasure.
We're out of time.
Always good to see you.
Always such a good time, Jared.
So happy I came here.
Please, I'm so happy you came. Please don't go to Florida forever. 3 months, fine.
No, I'm going to see.
I get what you're doing.
Listen,
I get what you're doing.
Maybe you'll end up at my studio down in Florida. I start a whole new Delray podcast scene.
A podcasting commune?
I'm gonna be down there taping shows. I would love for people from here to listen.
Yep. Where can they check it out?
Just go to my Instagram at Jared Freid or TikTok Wizard of Ha.
Wizard of Ha. That's
my TikTok. And then Specials 37 and Single. It's on Netflix. You can watch it right now. You can hear about the ick.
It's so good.
Thank you.
It's so good.
And I got stuff. But Jared Freid on Instagram is like the center of my wheel. But the J Train podcast, the You Up podcast, I never shut the fuck up.
I mean, Jesus Christ. Daily plus that.
I'm a lazy fuck.
Yeah. Mom, hello, Mom. Anyway, guys, that's it for us. Have a great rest of your day. Until tomorrow. Bye, girl. Bye.